welcome to the channel and welcome to this match play game between Blood Angels and Death Guard. So today on the channel we're playing a 1750 point match play game called No Man's Land. It's mission 4 from the main 9th edition rulebook. As ever, we've got objectives set down on the table. These are the primary objectives and you score 5 points in your command phase at the start of your turn if you control one of them. You score 10 points if you control 2 of them, and you score an extra 5 points if you control more than your opponent, up to a maximum of 15 a turn and up to a maximum of 45 for the entire battle. Those are the primaries. Score objectives, maximum of 45 points up for grabs. We both have secondaries as well, which we'll talk about when we go through the mission. Actually, I'll mention them now. Essentially, the Blood Angels, how the Blood Angels are deploying on here in this third, then we have a No Man's Land, and then the Death Guard are deploying in that third down there. This mission also has a special rule which says no scout units or pre-game movement shenanigans can get you into No Man's Land. This is being shelled, so you can't scout up here, you can't jump forward into here. You have to leave a clear patch in the middle of the table. And essentially the Death Guard secondaries, I like this, it's very narrative. The Death Guard secondaries, which we'll talk about, are all about grabbing the objectives and slaying the Warlord. They're all about the primaries and all about the secondaries, covering this battle grid and taking as many objectives as they can. And the Blood Angels objectives are all about killing the monsters and vehicles in the Death Guard and getting up into the Death Guard deployment zone and line breaking and sticking down some teleport homers. The Blood Angels are launching this assault against the Death Guard and trying to push through their lines. And the Death Guard are simply trying to march relentlessly forward and take as much ground as they can. I love it. I love the fact that the secondary objectives can add to the narrative in the game. What do you think, Sultan? Welcome back, Sultan.
Hello. Yeah, I think it's great. I'm really excited to see it. This is my first go with the Blood Angels in 9th. This was my first go in 9th. But yeah, I'm really excited that the new rules kind of show that you can have such a narrative game in a match play mindset.
Yeah, as soon as we started picking them, it was like, oh, that makes perfect sense for the narrative, for the story. It made so the match play rules can complement the narrative mindset.
Yes. Yeah.
And so the last game you had in 8th was Blood Angels.
Yeah, Blood Angels and Admech.
And the first game that you've had in 9th is
Blood Angels. Yeah, I needed to bring them back. They did well. No spoilers, but
they did all right.
It could have gone better for them, I think. But
yeah.
This is more optimised for them now, so I'm excited to see what they can do.
And you've been madly painting up more and more Blood Angels units, and
yeah.
You can see if Liam actually publishes at some point. I'm sure the first one's up by now, but your slow descent into madness on deploymentzone.tv as you are slowly building up your Blood Angels armies and adding all those specific Blood Angels units. I see Sanguinary Guard and Death Company now. It's looking more and more Blood Angels-esque, which we like to see. And I'm bringing Death Guard because I was talking to you beforehand. I realised looking back on the YouTube algorithm that I haven't put up a Death Guard fight on YouTube for 209 days.
It's a long time. It's a long time. COVID hasn't been that long.
Well, there's been plenty of Death Guard on deploymentzone.tv. There was a whole campaign with the Death Guard on deploymentzone.tv.
Well, clearly people need to go to deploymentzone.tv.
I think that's a good advert there, yeah, if you want to see some more Death Guard. Right, so let's talk about the terrain as well. This battle mat is from gamemat.eu and all the terrain is from gamemat.eu, except for these old Games Workshop rotten trees. I don't think you can get them from Games Workshop anymore, but it's all gamemat.eu stuff. And there's 2 types of terrain on the table. We're counting this area here, the whole of this area, as one ruin, which means you can't fire through it. You can fire into it, you can fire out of it, but you can't fire through it. It's obscuring. There's smoke and flames coming out of this ruin here. It completely blocks line of sight. It's also light cover, and the walls are light cover and heavy cover. So +1 to your armor save when you get shot at, or +1 to your armor save when you get shot at and in close combat. So that's what the Blood Angels have got down here. This other stuff up here, you can see the area terrain. These patches are just here to look good, but this is one massive area of dense cover. This is one massive area of dense cover. There should be some more trees and bushes down in there, but then we wouldn't be able to place any miniatures if we overdid it. Imagine it as dense, bushy, broken woodland. So because it's dense cover, it doesn't give you any benefits getting shot at by a las cannon. You can hide behind a bush when a las cannon comes your way, but the las cannon will go through the bush and through you and through the unit behind you as well. But what a bush does do is -1 to hit. If you're in it and firing out of it, no penalty. But if you fire at someone in it or through it, -1 to hit. Bushes and trees and cover.
It's concealment, not cover.
Concealment, not cover, exactly. That's perfect, I like it. So we've got concealment, not cover, but proper hard cover here, hard cover on walls. And this is the only thing that will benefit your armor. So this stuff as well, by the way, is difficult terrain, so it will slow you down getting through all that concealment, not cover. -2, and the Death Guard are on this side. So Plague Marines walking through there are going to move 3 inches. They're going to be significantly slowed down. What tends to happen, though, in lots of 9th edition battle reports is the table tends to pivot around itself, particularly as all the Blood Angels want to get up here as well. So that should be interesting. And there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, yes, everything's defensible as well, which means a pluses to Overwatch or pluses in the fight phase if you charge a unit in the cover. So, Frontline Warfare, No Man's Land, the 4th mission from the 9th edition rulebook. 45 points for the primary objectives, up to 45 points for the secondary objectives. A total of 90 points up for grabs here. Everything from GameMap.eu, 1750 point match play game. I think I said everything.
I think you did as well. I'm excited.
Welcome to your first 9th edition game. Let's have a look at these armies. This is 1750 points worth of Death Guard. It's a single battalion. It gives me 12 command points to play with, and I'm not using the Psychic Awakening book. I haven't used the Psychic Awakening book for any 9th edition games to upgrade my armies for a number of reasons. And the main reason is I'm trying to learn the 9th edition rules and trying to keep it simple, trying to keep the mission simple and the secondary simple and all that sort of stuff get in my head. And while I'm keeping it simple as well, you'll notice that this is mainly Plague Marines, Blight Lord Terminators here. This is a very stripped down army. Again, this will teach me how Death Guard, Traitor Marines, how the normal humble Astartes of the Death Guard are responding, are reacting, are playing in 9th edition 40k. It's a teaching moment. I'm trying to teach myself how to play the game. So what we've got here is my Warlord is a Demon Prince with wings with a pair of Malefic Talons. He's got Miasma of Pestilence and the Suppurating Plate and Arch Contaminator. The idea with him is sticking with 2 drones that are floating around all over the place. Now, shooty drones are actually quite good because when drones get degraded, they lose movement and attacks, but they always hit on 4s. So these drones floating around always hitting on 4s with a Demon Prince nearby means they're hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, and with Arch Contaminator, they're re-rolling all failed wounds. It's actually quite a nice little gun platform thing going on. And if anyone wants to go flying in there to attack the drones, well, there's a Demon Prince with a pair of Malefic Talons and the Suppurating Plate ready to take them on. So it's you'll notice there's no Plague Burst Crawlers here. This is a mobile force. I thought about it at the start of the game as well. Like, okay, so we're gonna. I wanted to not be sat back and just simply attacked and ripped apart by the Blood Angels. This should make it more of an interesting game. I can move with this force. I have no castle to protect. And the Blood Angels are Blood Angels. They'll be coming at me. So just being sat back and assaulted by them would make for a very boring battle report. 5 units of 7 Plague Marines, of course 7. One's got an assaulty stuff. There's 2 flails of corruption in there. One's got plasma. 2 plasma and a plasma on the Plague Burst Plague Champion. And 3 of them have got blight launchers. Oh, and power fists on all the captain equivalents, sergeant equivalents. So 3 blight launcher squads, an assaulty squad, a plasma squad, power fists all round. And then 6 Blight Lord Terminators. Don't hate me, Nurgle fans, but 6 because of No, it's points. It's a points thing. He's got a flail. Everyone's got combi bolters because of points. I can't even afford to put a blight launcher in there, and there's axes and swords and things. So sick. They'll be in reserve. They can teleport in. A malignant playcaster with miasma repessence and putrescent vitality, and the foul blight spawn because he's just too good not to bring. The idea is he'll jump with the squad. The playcaster will jump with the squad. They'll get in some rhinos. There's some more mobility there. And yeah, it's a mobile Death Guard force. Remember my abilities. If I stand still, rapid fire at 24-inch range, but Death Guard, rapid fire at 18-inch range, even if they move. But the downside of this force is, apart from the heavy blight launchers, which are 36-inch range, apart from these two models here, the whole army is 24-inch range or less. So I need to be mobile. I need to close the distance. And I'm not sure if closing the distance with a bunch of Blood Angels is necessarily a good idea.
Bring your face to my axe.
I will bring my face to your axe. But what I'm saying is it should be quite a bloody game. Unless, of course, I pass every single disgustingly resilient roll I'm called upon to make, which would be lovely.
You do that.
Papa Nurgle has touched the planet right now. Maybe he will bless my Death Guard army, the end of all things. We shall see. Let's go on and have a look at the Blood Angels. Right, this is 1750 points worth of Blood Angels. So Blood Angels are +1 to wound. That's their chapter thingy bob. They've also got combat doctrines, so the Devastator, Tactical and Assault doctrine. And when the Assault doctrine is in effect, as well as it being AP -2, they've also got an extra attack. So in turn 3 onwards, or turn 4 if you choose, we're looking at extra attacks, extra AP, extra +1 to wound. Just basically, Blood Angels are angry creatures.
We like to chop.
Who cares not from corn cares not from where the blood flows, my friend.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
The Blood Angels.
Yeah, and the reason what makes the Blood Angels purer than those have you read Fear to Tread with Sam?
Yes.
Yeah, it's they are cursed. Khorne has always got his claws in them, but the thing that makes them heroes is they never relent.
Yeah.
Imagine if you've got the devil whispering on your shoulder every single day of every week. Well, actually, that sounds like a Tuesday to me.
Well, that's my Sunday. Yeah.
You never ever give in. So it makes their struggle even purer.
There's a lovely passage in a Guy Haley book called Dante, which is about the chapter master. And there's a part where a young Dante, as he's just come through as a neophyte, and his instructor, who's a grievously wounded Blood Angel, can no longer fight, is an instructor in the arts.
Yes.
And one of his friends, asks, why are we being instructed in the arts? Aren't we warriors? Bearing in mind, they're all very young at this point.
Yeah.
And he says, our path is different to others. We live longer lives, and we have our own curses. The way we escape those curses is by transcending above them, by engaging in the arts. So not only are these guys devastating warriors, and they have the red thirst and the black rage and so on, they're also amazing creative artists.
Yeah.
And a lot of them paint, sculpt, create things, and that's to basically throw off the shackles of the rage that holds all of them.
Yeah.
And they let that rage out, but in a creative fashion, which I really love, and it shows that the Blood Angels do really have a soul, and they are essentially an example of savage nobility.
No, I completely, yes. It's a beautiful thing. It's one of the beautiful things about the 40k universe. It's so rich and deep. So warlord traits and stuff like that, and relics and things.
Okay, so the warlord is Chaplain Vantrix here.
Okay.
He's back again after being on the deployment zone, and I absolutely love him. He's a brilliant model, and he was very cool in that last game. He tried his best, yeah. So litanies wise, he's taking Canticle of Hate.
Yep.
So +2 to charge rolls, and they can consolidate and pile in 6 inches.
Okay.
He's got Litany of Hate as standard, and Invocation of Destruction, which is a third one. Blood Angels used within 6 inches of the model. It's AP -4 and a roll of 6.
Okay.
So that's quite fun. His Warlord trait, he's got the Black Rage. So add 1 to his attacks in the fight phase.
Yeah.
And roll a d6 each time he uses a wound. On a 6, the wound is ignored. So feel no pain and +1 attack, because he's got death visions.
Well, that just suddenly reminds me as well. The other thing that Blood Angels can do is, as well as +1 wound, it's +1 inch when they charge.
The Red Thirst, yeah.
And he's got the litany, which
goes to +2.
Yeah.
We did it wrong on DZ last time. It's not adding together. It becomes +2 instead of being +1.
Okay.
He would have made the charge anyway.
He would have made the charge anyway. Yeah.
And his relic he's got is Gleaming Pinions. So we're a jump pack model only. He can charge in a turn he fell back. In addition, when a charge roll is made for the model, add 1 to the result, and that's why he made it last time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So he can +1 as a Blood Angel, or +2 with his Litany Aura thing.
Yeah.
But he pluses 1 with his relic anyway.
Yes.
So if he's got the Litany off, this guy will have +3 to charge.
Yes.
Cool. Which is why I brought the secondary objective, Slay the Warlord. He's a punchy boy. Now, Slay the Warlord, the max you can get from every single secondary objective is 15 points. And that's it. So you brought, for example, one of yours was Bring It Down.
Yes.
And you'll get 2 points for every monster or vehicle you can kill. So you can get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can get 10 points for that secondary objective.
Yep.
And that's it. So you're never going to hit the max 15. Slay the Warlord is only 6 points. So 6 points for killing him. However, I figured by taking a secondary like that would mess with your head, because do you really want to throw him forward into the teeth and give up 6 points?
It's not up to me, it's up to him.
He's got the Black Rage and stuff.
He's in slight control of it because he is leading the Death Company today. But he's going to do what he wants. If he needs to charge forward, he will. He doesn't care about his own safety. These are selfless warriors. They will charge in to complete the mission.
Cool. So all of my secondaries are about controlling the objectives, except for one, which is kill him. And you're going to feed him to me. Feed me, Seymour.
We'll see where we end up.
What else you got? Lieutenant?
So this is all, I should have said it again, it's all battalion.
Yeah.
So second HQ is just a lieutenant. Standard lieutenant, he's pretty cool. Regular lieutenants are good in
They are good.
So he's good. Primaris lieutenant, I should say. I've got a sanguinary ancient in one of the elite slots. His aura is you reroll 1s to wound. 6 inches of blood angels, not the let people fight again.
Is that what it is? That instead of then? It's
that's
reroll 1s to wound.
Yeah. According to the data sheet, that's what
and he can jump down. And does that affect all Blood Angels?
Every Blood Angels unit.
And
that's
most Blood Angels are wounding on 2s in most cases anyway.
Yeah.
Or actually, against Plague Marines, you'll be wounding on.
Yeah. So
okay.
Wounding is the big part for Blood Angels because hitting isn't so bad.
Yeah.
So that's him.
Okay.
Got some regular sanguinary guard here.
Various weapons.
Yeah. So 2 in Carmine axes, 2 in Carmine swords. I won't go through them too much. It's basically D3 damage. 1 plasma pistol, and everyone else has Angelus bolt guns.
Okay.
These, including this guy, were sprues at the start of the week. It's Saturday now.
Right.
That was on Monday. They arrived from Element Games, Legends, who sponsored the channel.
Yeah.
And moving on from them, another thing that was a sprue at the start of the week are these Death Company.
Okay.
So all jump packs. I've got 3 with bolters and chainswords because classic.
Yeah.
And then we've got 1 with an Inferno pistol, which is like a melter gun, essentially. A power fist, and then 1 with a thunder hammer.
So 2 really punchy boys.
And then, 3 guys, when they jump in, just rapid fire the hell out of things and charge.
Is that Intercessor?
He's a Primaris Death Company.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't think we've seen these on the channel yet.
No.
But
they can get a crazy amount of attacks.
They can,
because they've got 2 attacks, and then the chainsword, and then the Death Company thing.
Just wait till we get Assault Intercessor Death Company. I can't wait for that.
Oh,
that's got to happen.
It's going to get up to 6 attacks with the Assault Death Company.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
But they're all auto bolt rifles because they are advancing, and so they're going to be Assault 3.
Okay.
We've got 1 with a power fist. He's the only one with a special weapon. The rest of them just have the combat knives, which is normal.
So they're shooty and punchy.
Yes. Yeah. So they're good.
I'm already scared of them.
Yeah. Well, they'll be coming up towards you in this Impulsor.
Yeah.
Also a sprue at the start of the week.
Yeah. Is that the 4-up invulnerable save shield though?
Yes. Yeah. So check that because I want to get them there alive.
Option, I think.
Yeah. And then I've just pre-ordered Indomitus today after a stressful morning. So I'll have the chaplain with them eventually.
Nice.
Moving across then, Vanguard veterans, some first company are coming with us. These guys were not painted yesterday, they are now. So again, half this arrived this week, so it's all new model syndrome.
Yeah.
All chainswords, apart from the sergeant who has a power fist as well. So 6 attacks per double chainsword guy.
Really?
On the charge, yeah, it's crazy. And AP-1 the assault doctrine. Very exciting. Some scout snipers with a missile launcher, and then some regular scouts with a heavy bolter. And the sergeant's got a shotgun, because why not? Someone told me somewhere you're supposed to have a sergeant with a shotgun.
Sergeants are supposed to have shotguns. This is what happens in all the movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, and all the internet shows I've watched.
Yeah.
Regular intercessors, bolt rifles, rapid firing.
They're good, you know.
They are
just
good.
Regular intercessors with bolt rifles, particularly when the tactical doctrine kits in. Steady advance as well.
Yeah, fairly cheap.
They're fairly cheap. They're a really good, solid troops choice.
I do need to get more. Cool. Hellblasters.
Yes.
Don't leave home without them.
Yes.
Dreadnought, this
Yes.
guy, I really like him. On with the Blood Angels tactics in effect, when he has that +1 to attack, he ends up like 6 or 7 attacks on the charge.
Yeah. Well, also, he can fire and move now.
Yes.
And also, if he does get locked up in combat, he can fire into combat.
Yeah, because he's got no blast weapons.
A crazy number of attacks.
Yeah. Oh, I tell a lie, he does have some blast weapons, but he's got
Yeah.
a big cannon to shoot the people he's in combat with.
Yeah.
Bikes with Sergeant with a Thunderhammer, expensive, but he's cool, so he's
He is
here.
very cool.
And then finally, an OG repulsor. Ooh. So yeah, the Intercessors
It's
are going
not
there.
OG. You haven't put the last Talon on it.
No,
You've just given it all the guns.
It's not the
instead.
Executioner, is what I mean.
It's an infantry killer one, and you've keeping it as cheap as possible with all the guns to put stuff in it.
Yeah, please charge it.
Well, it can't fall back and shoot now.
No, but it can shoot in combat.
And I haven't got very many. It's going to be death by 1,000 cuts with blight launchers for me to crack open something like that.
Yeah.
So essentially what you've got here is quite a mix. We've got punchy, but we've also got quite a lot of shooty at the back and quite a bit of speed with the bikes and the ability to deep strike in with all your jump packs and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's a Blood Angels list. There's there's the Golden Boys, there's the Black Boys, there's the Red Boys, there's all the boys here. It's going to be interesting. So I've brought a tough as nails Legion-esque list slogging forward. You've brought a Blood Angels list.
Still wounded on 4s, so that's good.
It's going to be very interesting. Let's go on to deployment. And we're deployed for the 1750 point match play game of No Man's Land. As discussed, one of the mission special rules for this game is no scout movements. You can't deploy or redeploy in the No Man's Land. However, the Blood Angels don't really need to. We have the Dreadnought on this flank with the Death Company Intercessors inside the transport, and then the standard Intercessors inside this transport here. And the Hellblasters and the Sniper Scouts have a commanding view of the battlefield with the Lieutenant yelling orders at them. And there is the Warlord that I want to kill so desperately. Everything with a jump pack in the Blood Angels force is hurtling through the sky. The Sanguinary Guard, the Vanguard Marines, the Death Company with the jump packs, they're all coming down from the sky. We have scouts holding on to this objective here. You need to be within 3 inches of the edge of the objective now, not the center. So they're there with their heavy bolter. And bikers out on the flank, which will be -1 to hit because I'll be firing through that terrain. So multiple options coming down in turn 2. You can't score any of these primary objectives in turn 1. 45 points up for grabs in total for the primary objectives, but you can't score any of them in turn 1. And what the Blood Angels want to do is bring it down. They'll get 2 points for every monster or vehicle that they kill. And they've also got the Line Breaker secondary objective and Repair Teleport Home as secondary objective. Essentially, so long as there's 2 units in the Death Guard deployment zone, in turn 1 you can score secondaries in turn 1, but as long as there's 2 units in the Death Guard deployment zone, wholly within, they'll get 4 points. And also they want to repair teleport homers down here. To repair a teleport homer, a unit needs to make an action in the enemy deployment zone, and the action starts after their movement phase and ends in their next command phase. So they can move into the deployment zone. You can't advance or fall back, but when you want to make an action, you've got to move normally into the deployment zone, and then you start your action. And you can't shoot, you can't assault, you can't do anything. They're just trying to repair the teleport homer, and they have to survive and not be engaged, not get shot off or not get in engagement range of any of the enemy. And if they manage to do that until the start of their next command phase, then they'll get 5 points. So if they do it 3 times, they'll have either 3 teleport homers or 1 really big blinky teleport homers and max out the 15 points for their secondary. Essentially, the Blood Angels want to get up here, line break and stick teleport homers down and destroy my vehicles. What I've done is put the Blight Lord Terminators in reserve and spread out all the way across the line because I don't have long range shooting. My stuff with the fly keyword is unaffected by the difficult terrain rule. It'll be moving normally, but everything else will be moving at -2. I've got some Plague Marines on this flank, and then the Sultan dropped a really big Dreadnought over here, so now I'm very worried about those Plague Marines. I've got some Plague Marines on that objective, The plasma dudes are in here with the, I think, 1 minute, blade caster, and then the choppy ones are over there with the foul blight spawn. Now my objectives are quite simple. Slay the warlord, but I've also got, 1 minute, domination and secure no man's land. So the way it works for me is if I control more objectives than the blood angels, at the end of my turn, I will get 3 points. So I need to control more. Oh no, more than half. So I need to control 3, sorry, for domination. Because there's 5 objectives on the table. So I need to control 3 in every single turn. And then I can get 3 points. Up to a maximum of 15. And secure no man's land, which is secure this one right here. Right in front of them. So they're going to be in front of me and behind me because of their objectives. But I'll get, if I get that at the end of my turn, I get the points equal to the turn number. So if I manage to get turn 1 and zip up onto it, at the end of my turn I'll get a point. And then in turn 2, 2 points. And then 3 points. And then 4 points. So essentially the dark angels, the death guard, want to control as many objectives as possible and slay the warlord. The blood angels want to jump down there and destroy all my vehicles. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Oh, and the other thing about your teleport homers is you can't have 3 units down there and repair 3 teleport homers all in one phase as well. It's only 1 per... You can only complete that action once per unit per turn.
Yeah.
So you can't go 1, 2, 3, and then at the end of the next turn suddenly have 15 points. No. Yeah, you're building a really big, shiny, blinky beacon.
Yeah.
It's how shiny and blinky it is.
Terminators, please.
Terminators, yeah, you're trying to call in the Terminators from the battle barge. Maybe there is some EMP effect going on overhead or some jamming signals going on overhead. Now, we need to roll off to see who goes first. After you, sir, if you'd like to do the honours. 5, 4, would you like to go first or second?
First, please.
It's Blood Angels turn 1. Here we are after the Blood Angels movement phase. Nothing in my deployment zone at the moment because they're descending upon wings of fire. So no primary scored or secondary scored in turn 1. However, something big and stompy this way comes, as well as an impulsor filled with Death Company towards my Death Guard. Now, I'm not saying that my Death Guard are scared, seeing these things coming towards them, but they are veterans of the Long War. They've been around the block a few times, and they probably don't want to be there now. You did give him the +2 to charge thing, but I don't think he can, because of the -2 to charge. You're not in charge range this turn.
15 away, so.
Yeah, and you're keeping your warlord back here with the shots firing up the table. Meanwhile, the impulsor jumped over with the intercessors in, and the bikes are hugging cover on that side. So there will be some fire coming up the table from the Blood Angels, but we're repositioning. We're playing a bit of cat and mouse in turn 1. Let's go into the shooting phase. So you start off with 12 command points. You got 1 at the start of the turn, and you've burnt it on Wisdom of the Ancients on the Redemptor Dreadnought. It's firing its heavy onslaught Gatling cannon down at these guys. It moved, which it's not infantry, so it's hitting on a 3.
Yep.
But you're firing through dense cover and bushes and concealment, so it's 4s to hit, but re-rolling 1s with the Wisdom of the Ancients.
Once upon a time, this had been 5s.
Yeah, I know. 11 hits. Strength 5 versus toughness 5. And this is AP -2. Only 4 wounds in the end, 5 up saves, because it's dense but not light cover. I fail all of them. Disgustingly resilient. And I fail all of them as well. You kill 4.
Yay!
You've got 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers. And their blast, it happens at the same time. So 2d6 shots, and it's minimum 3. So 7 shots. These hit on 4s. And re-roll the 1. Wounding on 5s.
Nothing.
Nothing. And he's got a flamer, and I think that's it for his guns, right?
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Now the impulsor. Stormbolt is coming in, hitting on 4s. And re-rolling 1s because of Wisdom of the Ancients.
Good thing.
And these will be wounding on 5s though.
Yeah.
Because I am tough. 1 wound. 3 up save. I make it. I make it. And then we've got an Iron Hail Stubber.
Yep.
Okay.
4s.
That hits twice. Wounds on 5s. It's a heavy weapon, so -2, so 5s.
Oh.
Oh, I make it. Right, now we're on to the Hellblasters. They are overcooking their weapons, keeping their fingers on the trigger as they fire in at this rhino here. 3s to hit. Everything hit!
Worth it.
3s to wound. And reroll 1s to wound.
No
okay.
ones.
So that's AP minus 4, 2 damage each. I don't get a save. You strip 6 wounds off the rhino. Now we're on to the snipers. The missile launcher actually is going to fire in at the rhino.
Yep.
The sniper shots are going to come in at the Plague Marines. What are we doing first?
Sniper shots.
Okay, 4s to hit because of the -1.
Yep.
3 hits.
Wow.
And you'll be wounding on 5s, but it is heavy and they're snipers. Oh, so 1 wound gets through. 6s.
Reroll the 1 because the left.
Oh, yes, of course.
Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
so 1 gets through. 3-up save.
Yeah.
It's a 4-up save actually because it is a heavy, but I make the save. But yeah, 6s would have been mortal wounds as well. The missile launcher, however, has got a free shot straight in. Hits on a 3. Ouch. You're rolling hot today.
Yeah.
Wounding on a 3. It's a devastating blow.
Switch
It's
dice.
18 minus 3 because of the Devastator Doctrine. I need to make a 6 here. I don't make a 6 here. The shot goes through and cripples the vehicle but does not destroy it. You're doing what now?
I think I'm going to do a command. I need to get rid of your mobility because the Death Guard will be slow otherwise, and the only way I can really beat you is by outmaneuvering you. I
Okay.
want that rhino dead.
Okay. But you could roll a 1.
I could roll a 1.
I definitely wouldn't re-roll this.
I'm going to re-roll it.
Hashtag don't listen to winners. Oh, no. The vehicle gets taken out. A crippling blow from the missile. Does it explode? It doesn't explode, and there are 8 guys inside. Before you remove the vehicle, you roll a dice for every model inside, and on 1s, those 1s count as 2 destroyed models, and you can't CP re-roll those. Then you deploy the unit, and it has to be wholly within 3 inches of the vehicle now. Beforehand, you could move it. You could move them a bit further. Then you remove the tank. No first blood in this game, but as the Sultan said, that has crippled some of my mobility. And that's 2 points for bring it down as well, mate.
Yeah.
What are you looking at? You're looking at the repulsor.
Yeah.
I think that's... I mean, you've got the heavy bolter here in range. You've got your bikers in range as well. Those are the last 2 units left to fire. Right, the Redemptor is going to fire all the guns at this drone here. It's only got their twin heavy bolter and the Punisher cannon in range at the moment, but it's also going to fire a Hunter Slayer missile. Basically, you need to roll equal or above the model's ballistic skill. This costs a CP, so a 3. This is for firing at planes. That misses.
Yeah.
And if you would have
CP
hit,
well spent.
it would have done D3 mortal wounds. So we're just going to have to shoot it with regular bullets. We're going to do the Punisher cannon and the twin heavy bolter together because it hits and wounds all the same. This model is not an aircraft or has a wounds characteristics of 18 or more, so it still is -1 to hit. You've got 18 shots, hitting on 4s. 11 hits, rolling hot today, but now you need a wound on 5s. 5 at -2 because of the Devastator Doctrine, 5-up saves, and disgustingly resilient. The drone takes 2 wounds, it's got 8 left. Right, the missile missed, so now you're going to be firing a hellfire shell from the heavy bolter, loading a chamber into the round, costs a CP, hitting on a 4, and that misses as well. So you have the opportunity to do 2 D3 mortal wounds, 1 from the missile, 1 from the hellfire shell, and they both get swallowed by the bushes in here, or not swallowed, but what am I trying to say?
Ricochet off the trees.
Yes, something like that happened. Yes. Now the bikers, with their 12 rapid fire shots, are going to light up that unit of Plague Marines there. They're bolter discipline and they're bikes, so they always rapid fire at the maximum range.
Yeah.
Hitting on 4s though. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. 3-up save.
Nice.
And make them. Right, that is the end of the Blood Angel's turn. They'll score 2 points for ripping apart that rhino there, but that's it for now. They have got a huge amount of ball control and have already whittled away some Plague Marine units here. This unit don't need to take a morale, only lost 1, but this unit lost 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Their leadership is 8. They hold, but something big and stompy this way comes, so they might be running away very, very soon. So 2 points to 0. For the Blood Angels. Let's go on to the Death Guard, turn 1. Right, here we are after the Death Guard movement phase. And I've got secure no man's land, which gets get on that objective, and domination, which is control more than half of the objectives. And then I get 3 CP. Now there's a way that I could have easily got on there by advancing onto that objective because I'm on the other 2. But instead I'm spending 2 CP on Grandfather's Blessing. And Grandfather's Blessing allows me to put an infantry unit back. And if I put him there, already measured, he's within 2 inches of 2 other models from the squad. And now I'm controlling that objective. So I'll get 1 point for no man's land, 3 points for domination, giving me 4 points to the Dark Angels 2. That was nice. I like that. Then I stuck Cloud of Flies on that unit over there that advanced all the way forward, so they can't get shot at unless they're the closest thing. Because this unit I intend to miasma up and putrescent vitality them up. I tend to make this unit tougher to get shot at. And Cloud of Flies only works if the unit is behind something. You can only shoot at them if they're the closest. And these guys, while I'd like to protect them more, will definitely be the closest to a lot of the Blood Angel shots. So I need to try and protect them. Simples. These guys, they can move 3 inches because they're in terrain down here with the big dreadnought stompy thing coming down towards them and the Death Company, and they're basically dead. I could have moved them out, but where are they going to go? And I had to think long and hard, and it took me a long time because there's so many units that the Blood Angels are about to bring in from reserve in turn 2 and dance all the way in my back line. So in the end, I castled up a little bit, making sure that my Demon Prince is giving re-roll hit rolls of 1 to this unit, and he's within 2 inches of the 2 in front, and to this unit, and to the drone, and to the drone. So I've got a re-roll bubble going on there. I've moved forward and popped smoke on that rhino there in case it gets lit up. Essentially, a lot of my units should be minuses to hit, except for this one back there. And the Malignant Plague Cluster and the Demon Prince is ready to... See this thing, this Impulsor, they're actually quite good. It's 12 wounds at toughness 7 with a 4-up invulnerable save. You've got to shoot it a lot. A way to get through the 4-up invulnerable save would be to run up and punch it, but with the grav plates, it's -2 to charge it. They're actually, with a 4-up invulnerable save on the shield dome, they're fast, they can zip onto objectives with a 14-inch move, deposit their cargo wherever they want to, and they take a lot of firepower to bring down. So I guess the best way to bring it down would be to put smites into it from my Plaguecaster or my Demon Prince. That would be one of the ideas. But if I'm smiting that, then I'm not... Then do I fire shots into it as well to try and take it out? And if I'm shooting at that, then I'm not shooting at the Dreadnought, which is charging forward, or the Hellblasters, which are Hellblasters. So I need to think even some more. But yeah, thinking. Thinking is happening. Castling is happening. Preparing for the drop that the Blood Angels are about to bring. Let's go on to the Death Guard Psychic phase. Right, let's start with my Malignant Plaguecaster. Putting Miasma or Pestilence on this unit, which are out in the open. I need a 6. That passes. It means that they're -1 to hit as well. Cloud of Flies all over them, that sort of thing. And let's Putrescent Vitality them up. I know we're already toughness 5, but you've got some strength 5 weaponry.
Yeah.
So if I can make them toughness 6, this will help them even more. And that passes as well. So they're -1 to hit and an increased toughness and strength. And then my Demon Prince will smite. It will hit this thing over here. I need a 5. That passes. D3 on the Impulsor. For 3! The Impulsor starts off with 11, sorry. So that took it down to 8. And then this unit unloaded into him with the bolters. And I've taken it down to 6. Now I'm doing the blight launchers from that unit as well. I'm firing at the Impulsor with these guys because it's the only thing they can fire at. And these will hit on 3s. Oh, nice. Your shooting phase was brutal. Maybe mine will be brutal too. I'm wounding on 5s. And I'm re-rolling all failed wounds because of Arch Contaminator from my Demon Prince. It's a plague weapon. At -2. But you've got 3 4-up invulnerable saves. And you failed 2 of them. That's 2d3 damage. For 4 damage. It's down to 2 left. Maybe I should keep firing at it. Yes, I think I will. This unit... Well, they're not supported by a Demon Prince. So let's see if 2 blight launchers can do a similar amount of damage here. They'll fire at the Impulsor. 3s to hit. And 5s to wound. Only 1 wound. 4-up and 1. Make it this time. And then the bolter misses. See, it's got 2 wounds left. It would feel like it's very easy to crack it open now. But that's bait.
Yeah.
That's bait. I need to shoot at the other stuff that can shoot me back. That's just a thing. I don't know how far it moves now, but it's been reduced and it's shooting as... that's bait. Need to shoot elsewhere. So the squad in front with the cloud around them, and do I shoot at the Plague Marines or do I shoot at your Dreadnought? I am in 18-inch rapid fire range with... I want to fire at the Dreadnought. I want to fire at the Dreadnought, but only one of the plasmas is in rapid fire of the Dreadnought. Everyone else is in rapid fire of these because of 18-inch inexorable advance. So here's the champion dude, and I can reroll 1s because of Demon Prince. Here's the other guy, and some more dice. Here's the other guy, 3s to hit. 2s to wound, 5 wounds. It's AP -3, which becomes AP -2 because of the ruin. So 5 up saves, and each does 2 damage. Oh, I killed 4 of the Hellblasters.
Oh.
Last unit of infantry are these guys over here with a cloud of flies on. Now I advanced, but blight launchers are assault weapons. So I can fire up the table and hit on 4s. If I fire into trees, it's still hitting on 4s because cumulative modifiers are only up and down -1.
Good.
So it doesn't become a 5. It's still a 4. So let's fire at the bikes. 4s. I hit 3 times. Strength 6, toughness 5. Winning on 3s. Rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. I wound 3 times at -2, sir. And you make all the saves.
Not -2.
Oh yeah, you fail all the saves. What am I just... yeah.
I can take them if you want.
No. You fail all the saves.
Oh.
D3 on the first bike. Kills a bike, and D3 on the last bike. I killed 2 bikes. Right. Now I've got some drones. My options are kill the last Hellblaster, kill the Impulsor. But how much of a threat are these things right now? What I'd like to do is, I don't think I can kill the Dreadnought, but maybe slow it down. Because right now it charging through might sting a little bit. But you've got that Dreadnought thing which allows you to reduce damage. Yeah.
Are they D3 damage weapons?
Yeah. So you can reduce damage on the Dreadnought.
Which I definitely will do if you shoot him.
Yeah. I'm aware of that. So to actually kill this thing, I need to fire a lot more gun than 2 heavy blight launchers in. So I think the Dreadnought is going to escape a whole turn of shots.
Yeah.
I think instead what I'm going to do is put... I know it's 1 Hellblaster. Do I put 6 shots into a Hellblaster? Do I really? No. I'm going to put 6 shots into the Impulsor from the first heavy blight launcher. I can draw a line from that to this without passing through the terrain feature, so it's not -1. The other one, however...
This one can't,
Yeah, but that one can. Yes. So that one will fire. 4s to hit. 3 hits. And strength 6. And I can reroll fail wounds, all fail wounds because of that's contaminated. 2 at -2, sir.
2 4-up guns.
Ooh.
That's 1.
Ooh, 1. D3 damage. It's got 2 wounds left. Are you command boy?
No.
No?
No, he's done his job.
He's done his job.
He's defended by Dreadnought.
It's dead. Does it go kaboom?
No.
It doesn't go kaboom. How many guys you got inside? Just 5. The 5 guys? Don't roll any 1s, and you can't CP reroll this now. You roll 2 1s!
No.
2 of the Death Company die as they scramble out of the wreckage. That was significant, losing 2 Death Company intercessors there. That's one of the things I've noticed about 9th edition, by the way. That subtle change to the CP reroll means vehicles blow up a lot more, and stuff coming out of vehicles... That's when you normally did the CP reroll, to be fair, to modify the damage of losing units.
I think it lets the dice tell the story a lot more.
It does, and it can be a lot more brutal like that. Now, you stuck them out here, so they're in range of scoring that objective, but also if I fire at them with the last drone, it'll be -1 to hit them.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking, do I shoot at them or the Hellblaster? I don't know what to shoot at with the last drone. 1 minute. I think I need to shoot them. They're Death Company. They're scary. They scare me, but it'll be 5s to hit with the drone. Oh, that was still... Look at that. Still got 4 hits anyway. I am 3s to wound. Strength 6. 3 to wound. Or did you want to do transhuman?
It's
2 CP. You can do it. That's no problem. So those 2 CP, those 3 threes that I rolled haven't wounded you. And that's -2.
Bit nick of time there.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
So at -2?
Yes, 5 up save.
Hey!
Damn it.
Worth the points.
So 2 of them died in the explosion and the other 3 just shrugged off the wounds coming in from the...
They scream so loud the bullets just veer away.
It's more like exploding balls of acid, a blight launcher. Warp-tainted grenades, essentially.
I don't know what they do to it then, but...
They just get hit by the acidic grenade and go, it doesn't hurt, and you go, time to bleed.
Yeah, where's Horace?
Yeah. Coming for you. Actually, the death company, they're going, ay, 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 ay. Right, so that's the end of my turn. Morale. Don't roll a 6 on this guy.
It's fine.
You're fine. And the reason why it's a 6 is because of the chaplain.
Yeah.
No one else has to take morale. I'm not charging anywhere. I could charge, actually. No, I'm not charging anywhere. At the end of that turn, I got the point for that and the 4 points for holding on to the domination objectives. So it's 4 points to 2.
Yeah.
We're about to go on to Blood Angel's turn 2. And you're going to get 10 points for the primary.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be 5 points for an objective, 10 points for 2 or more objectives, plus an extra 5 points if you're on more than me. You're not on more than me,
Nope.
but you will get 10 points for the primary. So we're starting to score these primaries. And the Blood Angels are about to descend on this battle grid upon wings of fire. And here we are after the Blood Angels movement phase. All of their reserves have descended on the battlefield. And their warlord has spent a CP upon wings of fire and has jumped all the way back here to join them with the Death Company, with the Sanguinary Guard. And what's going on here, Sultan?
So we talked about this for quite some time.
Yes.
I mentioned right at the start of the game, one of my secondary objectives is to set up a teleport home for the first company.
Yeah.
So that's what this guy, this ancient's going to do.
Right.
However, if he does that, he can't do anything else.
Yeah.
So he needs some protection. So the Vanguard vets have dropped in with him, being fully aware that there's some Blight Lord terminators that might walk on later. So they've dropped in with him because this will be 9 points a turn if they stay alive.
Basically, 2 units in my deployment zone at the end of your turn is 4 points for Linebreaker.
Yeah.
And if these guys charge off, then there's a Blight Lord Terminator hole there.
Yeah.
And if he was on his own somewhere, then that's 5 points in your next command phase. If he isn't assaulted in your next command phase, you get 5 points.
Yeah.
And then in the next phase, 5 points. Then in the next phase, up to a maximum of 15. It could be a game-winning move, keeping him protected.
Yeah.
And talk about protection. There is a Redempted Dreadnought charging down this side of the flank as well. You've established a very strong foothold on the right flank. So the Blood Angels really trying to go after these secondaries here. Meanwhile, the Death Company charging forward towards that miasmid units. The shooty lot staying still in the backfield, except for the repulsor, which has jumped up and over to bring all of its guns to bear. And then the Sergeant with the Thunderhammer revving in for the kill. Right, let's go on to the shooting phase. We start off with the Sergeant firing into the smoke cloud he's just revved into, and all the shots bounce. Then we came across here to the Death Company. You spent 2 CP on Boltstorm.
Boltstorm.
So even though these are miasmed up, all of their shots auto hit.
Yeah, it's an auto-bolt rifle strap for 2 points.
Nice. And now you just need to wound.
5s. Oh, it's looking good.
5 wounds at -1 because the rapid fire doctrine, not the rapid fire, tactical doctrine is in effect to fail. And then disgustingly resilient, you kill 1. Moving across to the Sanguinary Guard, firing their Angelus bolt guns into these Plague Marines. They're assault 2, so 6 shots. You got 3 with the bolt guns and 1 with the plasma pistol. Hitting on 4s though.
So 2 hits.
Because of the thing, yeah. Strength 4, toughness 5. Nothing. And then there's a plasma pistol. Are you overcooking it?
No.
Hitting on a 4 because of the dense cover.
No.
Dense cover keeping the Plague Marines safe here. Onto the Redemptor, spending a point for Wisdom of the Ancients. We've got the big gun going at the drone, all the other shots going into these guys. Starting with a heavy flamer. Number of auto hits, 5. And it wounds 3 times. It's AP -1, so I need 4s. And disgustingly resilient.
Don't you do it.
Oh. I did it. 2d6 shots from the Fragstorm. 8 shots hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of wisdom.
Useful.
And wounding on 5s. Nothing. Okay, so now you've got 12 shots from the Gun of Doom.
Yeah.
Going into the drone. You are firing through terrain. So it will be minuses to hit, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
4s, rerolling 1s. That's a bad array. Last turn you had 11 hits.
Yeah.
This turn, not so good.
5s.
5s to wound.
2.
2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Disgustingly resilient. Only take a wound. Very few remaining shots in the backfield. We had some bolt rifles coming out and things like that, but no further damage from any of these units up here. So that's their shooting. They're choppy chop units. Now we're on to the Hellblaster. You are overcooking it.
Yes.
And firing at the drone.
Yep.
It's -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2s will kill him.
He's
Hits.
fine. Well, it's -1 to hit, so he misses.
Oh.
Because you draw a line, it's going through that terrain feature.
He hits on 3s though, doesn't he, normally? So.
Oh yeah, of course. What I'm talking about. Yeah, and I'm not an aircraft for it. Yeah, it hits. Sorry.
It's all right.
It wounds. 5 up and bun. No. 2 damage. He does 2 damage. It's on 5 wounds left. Honestly, my brain this morning. Okay, scouts firing the missile launcher at the drone, and then the snipers are hitting the malignant playcaster.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, missile away. Hits. Wounds on a 3. It wounds at -2, so I need a 5 up and bun. Negative. D6 damage for 1 damage.
Sad.
Come on, boy.
Yeah. we need it gone.
It's got
Switch,
5 wounds left.
6.
6 damage. Can I make at least 2 disgustingly resilient rolls?
Of course you will, it's you.
Yeah, I can.
You make 4.
I can make 4 of them. Snipers now into the caster, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 5s, but 6s do mortal wounds in addition. No, negative.
Nothing.
Sniper shots far wide. Then we came to the second unit scouts. They fired in at these plague marines here and didn't hurt them. Or rather, I made a bunch of disgustingly resilient rolls.
Yeah, you kept saying you would.
And now the repulsor has fired all of its little guns at them. The Stormbolters and Fragstorm causing 4 wounds, and the Gatling guns and the Heavy Bolter we're going to do against the Rhino. But you did 4 wounds into the Plague Marines.
Yeah.
And with the Tactical Doctrine effect, this is all AP -1.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt me. Watch this, guys. I'm going to take this, and that's fine. 4-up saves. Oh dear.
You've already done that off camera. Can't do it again.
Disgustingly resilient. I lose 2.
Ah.
What I meant to say was it won't hurt me unless it does. And then
Yeah.
it did a little bit, yeah.
It did a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so 12 shots with that one, 6 shots with that one, and another 6 shots with... You've got 24 shots at strength 5 AP -1.
Yeah, I'm just
going into the
dice.
Rhino. Because the idea here is you can get 9 wounds with the Thunder Hammer into the Rhino. So you're trying to strip away as many wounds as you can.
Help him out, yeah.
Help him out, because there's 2 points there for bring it down.
Is, yeah.
I like it, but it is forced to hit because there's a wreathed in smoke. It's not going to hurt me. Did you only get 7 hits?
I know.
Yeah, it sucks. 5s to wound. Oh, that was better. Look at that. Oh no, that wasn't good.
It wasn't better. It looked better.
It looked better. It was 2 at -2, -1. Sorry. It doesn't hurt me. You just want 1 wound off of it.
Just
so the
one.
Thunder Hammer there, but it's still on 10 wounds, and that is the end of your shooting phase. You've killed. What have you killed?
Nothing.
You must have killed something somewhere.
No.
Didn't you kill? You took some wounds off a drone.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed some Plague Marines over there.
Yeah, but nothing's gone.
No. But we're about to go into the charge phase and the fight phase. This is where Blood Angels excel, right?
This is the real time.
This is the real phase. So you select a unit and then point, and then I decide whether I want to spend a CP on firing Overwatch once. So where are we starting?
So we're going to spend a CP on the Sanguinary Guard charge.
Right.
Because they are 10 inches away from your Demon Prince there.
You're coming at more Warlord?
I am, yeah. That's what they're there for. They're the elites.
Okay.
So...
this is the 3d6 charge.
Yeah,
one.
it's 3d6 charge, it's 2 CP.
Right.
I forget the name of the stratagem. But we're going to give it a go.
Okay. Good luck. And I'm 10 away. I think you make the charge.
Yeah.
Descent of Angels. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay. That puts you down to 5 CP.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Where else are we going?
So we're going to charge the Death Company into this.
Overwatch! It's like 6th or 7th edition. Do you remember? Jink! I'm charging it. Jink! This cost me a CP. 6 is to hit with all the bolt guns, re-rolling 1. So that's why I'm doing this, because I'm in the re-roll range of a Demon Prince. So 2 hits with bolt guns. Strength 4 versus toughness 4.
4.
They are normal, yeah. Nothing.
Hooray.
And then I've got 2 blight launchers.
No.
2 blight launchers. 6s.
Oh no.
I get a hit. Strength 6. I wound at -2. -2 on one of your death dudes. You make the save. Okay. So this is a 9-inch charge, but you get
8-inch.
+1 to charge because you're a blood angel.
Yeah, so I need
Okay.
to roll an 8.
Right, good luck. Oh, they're angry. They're very, very angry. Do you want to see if a chaplain can make it in as well?
Yeah, I'll do him as well.
He'll need an 8. He doesn't make it in. Your warlord. The death company jump in there. This death company needs a 4.
Yep.
They jump in there, and then your dreadnought needs a 7 or 8. We haven't measured yet because you're going through the -2, and it will affect you. It affects everything except stuff with the fly keyword.
Yeah, we'll see how we roll.
That's a 4-inch charge. That won't be enough.
Ooh.
If you command point reroll, you reroll the whole charge now.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah?
'Cause that's under half, isn't it?
Yeah?
So command point reroll.
Okay.
He's in.
Starting off the fight phase with the Sanguinary Guard versus my Demon Prince. You're giving them death masks, and you've spent a CP on Visions of the Damned,
Visage of the Damned,
which means that they get +1 to hit.
Yes.
And we'll start off with the axes first.
So strength +1, but
Yes.
first we need to hit, so 2s.
2s because of the +1 to hit.
Worth it.
And your strength, what now?
5.
5, but you're a blood angel, so you wound on 4s.
Yep. 4s.
Okay, 3 wounds.
At
AP something.
AP something indeed.
Well, I have a 2-up save or a 5-up invulnerable. So if it's...
You roll, I'll tell you.
I have failed 2. How much damage do these axes do?
D3.
D3?
It's AP -2 for future reference.
Okay, so
D3 damage.
2d3 damage.
2d3
I passed
damage.
1, yes.
4.
He takes 4 damage. 4 disgustingly resilience. He takes
wow.
1 damage.
Nice. Okay, now the 2 swords, which is strength user.
Okay.
And
So you're hitting on... Is there a sergeant in here equivalent?
No, they don't do that.
2 attacks each, +1 for shock assault. So 6 more attacks, hitting on 2s.
2s.
Because of your thing.
Everything hits.
Nice. Okay, winning on 4s. You wounds 3 times. 3 5-up demon saves. And 2 disgustingly resilient, because I'm assuming these are normal power swords.
They're D3 damage.
Oh, there you go.
They're in Carmine swords.
Okay, so 2 D3 damage then.
For 2.
2 disgustingly resilient. So in total, I've taken 2 wounds. And so my demon's got 6 wounds left. I passed 3 saves. And he's got the suppurating plate. So I roll a dice for each passed save, and on a 4-up. So those 4s, I do a mortal wound back to the unit that hit me. And they start off with 2 wounds each?
Yep.
Okay, so they hack into his body, and acid splashes back out onto them and burns one of them. And he screams, goes, "Oh no, my golden armor, no, yeah." That's the noise they make when Sanguinary.
That's Eldar.
Oh yes, you're right. Right, then at this point, I'm going to pay 2 CP to interrupt and fight back with this squad here, the ones that tried to overwatch, because Death Company are nasty, and anything I can do to reduce the number of attacks coming in is important to me. Plus, I'm a troops choice on an objective, and I need to be on that objective to score at the start of my turn in the command phase for the primary thing. Yep. So if you wipe these guys out of there, this is a 5-point swing. So 6 normal dudes. With Hateful Assault, get 12 attacks. I hit you back on 3s. I reroll 1s because there's my demon there. And we're really hating this assault. That's 11 hits. So I'm strength 4. I'm hitting back with a Plague Knife, wounding on 4s. But because of the Arch Contaminer Warlord trait, I reroll all failed wounds. In fact, Plague Knives reroll 1s to wound anyway. So I've rerolled, I got 5 1s. This could sting.
Yeah.
This could sting. OMG. I get 9 wounds through on your death dudes. Death Guard. Your
AP.
Death Guard wannabes. AP 0. It's just 3-up saves. 9 3-up saves. Ouchie, ouchie, ouch.
That'll be the
I'm
squad.
saying, well, you've got 6-up, feel no pains.
Yeah.
It's like my 5-up, feel no pain, because you're Death Guard
I think
wannabes.
I'm going to spend a command point on a 5-up, feel no pain. Stand by.
Because you're going to join the Death Guard. The Death Company are joining the Death Guard.
Stop saying Death Guard.
No, because you are though. If you do this thing, that means can I have these models afterwards and put Thunderhammers on my Death Guard?
No.
So what's it called now?
Refusal to die,
Disgustingly resilient.
essentially.
Yeah. And a 5 up.
Yeah,
Okay. That was worth it.
that was definitely worth it. I just changed up to a 4, it's definitely 5.
So, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. That's definitely worth it.
Yep.
That only kills 2, but I got Power Fist.
Yeah.
I got Power Fist in that squad. All these attacks happen at the same time. Power Fist hits on 4s. I'm thinking about spending a command point.
You don't need to. You'll be alright.
I've got a lot. How many have I got left? 7? And I get 1 again next turn. So I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll a failed hit.
Oh.
Yay!
No.
I'm wounding on 2s. I wound you twice. Now these are AP -3.
So 6 up saves.
Yes. Why are you rolling all of them? I only did 2.
But they're all with a...
Yeah. So what we're going to do is...
on a 1, 2, 3.
On a 1, 2 it was that. On a
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 you made a save.
Oopsie.
You made the save. So
Hey.
the Power Fist bounces off you. But I killed 2.
Yeah.
I killed 2. And now you strike back. Sultan,
Yeah.
in the morale phase, you're no longer in a coherency. Did you want to put another model back on?
Yes, please.
There you go. You're fine. Everything's fine. Now you can strike back. Right. So this guy's got 5 attacks.
Yes.
2, and then Shock Assault, then Death Company, then Chainsword.
Yeah,
Right?
wait till next turn, he'll get 6.
Yeah. He's sitting on 3s.
Yep. Everything hits.
And what strength is he?
He's strength 4, but you get +1 to wound.
Okay.
So if wounding on 4s, just need to roll that again.
Yes. AP?
AP dash. So
AP
just
dash.
chainsword, yeah.
So next turn it'll be AP -1.
Yeah.
So 3s. And what is it called? Your thing? Your Feel No Pain?
It's nothing to do with this.
I lose 2 guys.
Ah.
This unit coherency thing is... It's annoying. I have to take my blight launchers away. Because if I took from the other end, that's my champion. And then I'll start losing models in the coherency check as well. Plus I want to be within range of that objective. Okay, so we're on to the hammer guy.
Yeah.
So he has 4 attacks?
Yeah, 4 attacks.
Yep. And he hits on 4s because it's unwieldy?
Yes.
Okay. And he's going to be winning on 2s. Oh, only 1.
Yeah.
6. I make the save! Okay, and then we've got a fist guy.
4 attacks again.
Okay, yeah. And he misses.
He misses everything.
He misses. Right, that's that assault. That's this assault.
Yep.
We're on to your dreadnought. He's got 5 attacks hitting the Plague Marines over here.
Yeah.
He hits on 3s. And he smushes on 2s. Oh yeah, okay. So I need to make 6s. Okay, and each of these does D6 damage. So 2 disgustingly resilience and a stay alive.
Damn it.
That would have been hilarious. So the champion defies you.
Yeah.
Then we come across here to the Intercessor Death Guard dudes.
Definitely, yeah.
Death Company. Death
So,
Guards.
Just the 2 normal dudes there.
Too much death on this table.
There's a lot of death.
Right, okay.
Hitting on 3s.
Yes.
Everything hits.
Hitting on 4, sorry. Because of my asthma.
Okay, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then 4s.
Yes. 3 wounds. 3 disgust. 3 in armor saves. Normal armor saves and make all of them. Right, have you got Power Fist in this squad or something? Or?
Power Fist guy, yeah. So
Right.
2 attacks plus 1 for Shock Assault, plus 1 for Death Company.
Is he a sergeant? Does he get an extra
No,
attack?
he's just the normal dude.
Okay.
Down sergeants.
4s?
4s.
Because it
Only
would be
one.
5s in 8th edition, but you can
Yeah.
only modify by 1.
Yeah.
I'm toughness 6 right now.
So 2s. No, 3s.
Yeah.
No, 2s again because it's Blood Angel, isn't it? 'Cause he's
Yeah, it would be
strength
3s to
eight,
wound, which become 2s to
Yeah,
wound,
good
so I
thing.
need to make a 6. I
No.
don't make the 6, that's
D3.
D3 damage.
For 2.
2 damage, disgustingly resilient.
Oh.
I'm fine. They bounce. I've barely made any disgustingly resilient rolls this game, so it's nice when I make the rare one here or
Yeah,
there.
no.
Sarcasm dripping from everywhere. Right, the biker then also slammed into the side of that rhino there with his
Yeah.
hammer. He's hitting on 4s.
Yep, so 3 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Ooh,
Everything hits.
critical hits. And 2s to wound.
Yep.
He
Everything
wounds every
wins.
time. It would have been really good if you'd have plinked away 1 wound in the shooting
Yeah,
phase.
I'd love that.
Because if I fail any 6s, and I fail all my 6s.
Yeah.
It's on 1 wound left.
Let's see if there's any stratagems.
So this dude bouncing off the side there with his shots into that smoke cloud, popping smoke that turn, has kept my rhino alive. Is that it for the...
I'm going to see if anyone can fight again.
Okay. Right, there is a 3 CP strat called Honor the Chapter. He could have fought again, but you've only got 2 CP.
Yeah.
In your next turn, you'll be up to 3 CP, but right now, only 2 CP.
Yes.
So you can't fight again. So the rhino revved its engines and tried to run him over and failed. Now we're coming back here. And the plague knives caused 1 wound, then the fist smashes in and misses. So we dance a death there. Over here, the champion will hit your dreadnought with his power fist, and he misses. They've already fought, so now we're on to my Demon Prince versus the Sanguinary Guard. A pair of Malefic Talons gives me 7 attacks, plus 1 with Hateful Assault is 8 attacks. And I'm hitting on 2s, and I'm re-rolling 1s. And you know what I just remembered? Death to the False Emperor.
Oh, yeah.
So many new rules to remember. Hard enough to remembering the old ones. 3s to wound with his Malefic Talons. And they're AP -2, 2 damage. So you need to make a chunk of 4-up saves, and every failed 4-up save is a dead Sanguinary Guard. That's dead Sanguinary Guards. And that's the end of the turn. I lost 2 models here, so no morale. 2 there, so no morale. You lost 2. There isn't any morale to take anywhere. There isn't. And this smash down and attack. Well, you bounce there, mainly because I paid to interrupt. And the Sanguinary Guard got taken out by the demon, mainly because I rolled a lot of disgustingly resilient rolls. That's why you meant to send him in against demon, right? To take him out.
Yeah. And then they did not manage. They did enough damage, but you saved it all.
They failed in their mission. But at the end of this turn, you've got the 10 points for the primary. You're going to get 4 more points for Linebreaker.
Yeah.
And he started setting up repairing the teleport beacon for the Terminators to come in battle round 10.
Yeah.
So in the next command phase, at the start of your next turn, he's going to get you 5 points.
Yeah.
Game winning strat in the corner there, potentially. Interesting stuff as we go on to Death Guard, turn 2. Right, just before we start the Death Guard movement phase, let's talk about these primary objectives. You got 10 points. I've got 15 because I've got 2 objectives and 3 objectives. I've got more than you. So currently the Death Guard are winning on the primaries, 15 points to 10. Right, let's move some models. Here we are after the movement phase. A couple of things have happened. One is I've put Cloud of Flies on this unit back here after breaking out of combat. They can't get shot at unless they're the closest enemy unit. The idea is I clear away the units around here so they can't get shot at. They're on this objective because my secondary objectives are to dominate the battlefield, hold more than half, 1, 2, 3, and to secure no man's land, this one here. So I'm dominating, that's 3 points, and I'm securing the central objective in turn 2, so that's 2 points. So I've got 5 points for the secondary. You'll notice 1 more Marine has appeared in this squad as well, after falling back from combat from this unit of Death. Basically, I'm falling back from the Death Company, who wouldn't? And that cost me 2 CP, Grandfather's Blessing, Grandfather's Gift, to put another infantry unit back on the table. I've got so many CP, I'm putting Plague Marines back on the table, essentially. And the intention is to put Miasma on them again, and what's the other one? Putrescent Vitality on them again, because that seemed to work last time. So, yes, I've got 5 points for my secondaries, which is nice. Falling out of combat there. I need to fall out of combat here. Yeah, because you hit first in the fight phase. So yeah, he needs to fall out. So he's out there. You've got to go through him, basically. And then round here, there's a foul blight spawn there, which got outside of the Rhino along with the squad and then moved forward. And we're going to charge a Redemptor with loads of intercessors in it. Why not? Repulsor, that thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I know it's -2 to charge, but I'm fairly close. I'm also on the objective with the Rhino and with this squad back here, and then we can shoot back over the shoulder and kill the biker there. And
no!
We need to start clearing out our AO. And your Warlord is back here. And Slay the Warlord is 6 points. Now I know he can do Upon Wings of Fire and disappear again.
Yeah.
So I'll put the Blightlord Terminators there because 1, I can shoot at him, but 2, if he does disappear again, well, The Blightlord Terminators are soon going to be a problem with this unit down here. And then if he disappears, I'll just run straight down to try and get these guys over here. It'll be a 9-inch charge for the Blightlord Terminators, so my Demon Prince hopped up and over. If they fail the charge, I'll charge with my Warlord, and it'll be a Warlord on Warlord action. You'll notice as well I pulled the drones back because they're still within 6 inches of the reroll ones and reroll wounds.
Wonderful.
Lots of shenanigans going on here. But first up, we start off in the psychic phase with my Malignant Playcaster, trying to put Miasma of Pestilence on them.
Do a perils.
That isn't a perils. Oh. And on a 7 or more, Pestilential Fallout means that the closest enemy unit within 7 inches range suffers a mortal wound.
So he's got 6 up Fiona Pain?
Yes.
Nope. You kill one.
Nice. And then the other one is Putrescent Vitality. And that works, and that's a 7, and you need another 6 up for no pain. No. Negative. So these guys are buffed up again. Twice now, Plague Marines have resurrected from the ground. That squad have been blessed 19 times by Papa Nurgle. COVID-19.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I thought that's how many disgusting resilient saves you made for him. I thought that's what you were trying
to
say.
That might be at this stage as well, to be fair. Now we're going to go in the shooting phase. Oh no! Smite. He can smite.
You don't need to do that.
No, I'm going to smite your death. I fail. The smite fails.
That's good.
Command point reroll?
No.
Is Death Guard there? No, they're going to die anyway. I'm going to put so many shots into them. Am I? Mind you, if I kill them with other stuff, that means the guns can go elsewhere.
They do have a 6 up Fiona Pain as well.
Yeah, command point reroll. That passes. D3 mortal wounds on them for 1. 6 up.
Hey.
They shrug it off.
They need it. They only have 1 wound.
They are disgusting and resilient.
They're neither of those things.
Down to 3 CP. I'm going to shoot some guns now.
How dare you?
I need to get rid of the Death Company. I need to get rid of them and them. Everything else is mute at this point. So let's fire 1 drone into these guys. 4s. Rerolling 1s. Oh, look at that. 5 hits. And 3s to wound. Rerolling everything because of Arch Contaminator. 4 wounds at -2 on your Death Guard, sir.
Death Company.
Yeah, what?
-2?
Negative.
Oh.
And each of these does D3 a time. So the first one, that's 2, 6 up for no pains. He's dead. Second one, 1. Actually, I can do, and he's on 1 wound left, and he's got to save 4 more 6s. 4 6s, easy. Negative.
Me too.
They have been,
these guys,
yes, melted to acidic filth. And then the other one's going to turn around, buzz, 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 and fire at the Death Company here. Old school Death Company, getting hit on 4s and getting wounded on 3s. And they need to make a chunk of 5 up saves as well.
Make 1.
Okay.
So 1 will live.
1 needs to make a 6 and 1 needs to make a 6.
2 will live.
Okay.
Just 1 6 with
Just
that.
1 6.
Okay. No, 1 dies.
Just 1.
Chainsword man.
Interesting. So I'm running that gun and I need the Death Company dead. So I'm spending a CP on Veterans of the Long War and unloading 20 combi bolter shots into these guys here. I'm hitting on 3s. So this is now wounding on 3s instead of wounding on 4s. I'd have loved to shoot the combi bolters into the Warlord, but these guys need to die. 3s to wound. 10 3 up saves, dude. They can do it. Oh, maybe not. 3 6 up saves.
Oh. I need to make 2.
Yeah.
No, they're gone.
Okay, the Death Company have finally found peace. I've got some more shots now. Oh yeah, there's 2 blight launchers over there. Maybe I didn't. I could have spent the blight. That's why I turned them round. They could have shot down.
I did ask.
Okay, they're going to shoot at the biker instead.
Oh dear.
I hit 4 times. I wound 3 times on the biker. -2.
Oops. Makes 1.
D3.
Well, he's only got 2 wounds anyway.
Oh yeah, he's dead. Okay. And then my Foul Blight Spawn is going to spit all over the tank right in front of me, and then I'm going to fire a load of Botgun shells into it. His acidic spray is Assault 6, D6, sorry, so that's 6 hits, and it is Strength 2d6.
Oh.
-3, 3 damage. So potentially this could be Strength 12, -3, 3 damage. It's strength 6. And the interesting thing is, you can't CP reroll that.
Oh.
In the previous edition, you could. Strength 6 versus toughness 8, wounding on 5s, rerolling 1s. It's a plague weapon.
2.
So 2 minus 3, or you take 6 damage. Yeah.
Nope.
It takes 6 damage. I think they start off with 16.
Yeah, he's on 10 left, so he's not quite reduced.
Then the bolt gun shells bounce off the target. The other units that could potentially have fired have fallen out of combat this turn. So that is the end of the shooting phase. I killed all the boys in black. I've hurt the repulsor.
Yeah.
And now we're going on to the charge phase. Starting down here with my Blight Lord Terminators. His Infernus pistol 6-inch range. You can't overwatch. So this is a 9-inch charge. And we make it in. We make it in here before we pile in. And to add insult to injury, my Warlord's not going to charge you.
Oh.
He's just going to stand there and laugh maniacally.
Doing whatever he is with his hand.
Yeah, he's like, he's like rolling dice or something. Over here, this unit is going to charge the tank. Do you want to fire Overwatch with all your guns?
No, they're too tough.
Nice, okay. And it's -1 to charge, right?
-2.
-2. So that's a 5-inch charge. I think I'm at least 6 inches away. Right, the Plague Marines end up here. I'm not charging in with a Blight Spawn because he sucks in close combat, and I want you to charge me. He's got an auto-hit inflamer type acid thing. So that's where they end up. I'm worried about you paying to interrupt, so I've piled in with my Blight Lord Terminators, and we're going to start down here first. I am in reroll range with the Demon Prince over there, and we're starting...
There's a cat.
It's a very fat pussy. And we are starting with the flail, the Mace of Absolution. I think that's what they call it. It's D3 attacks for every attack. He's got 2 plus shock assault. So 3 D3 attacks is
Ouch.
that many attacks. So 7 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because there's a Demon Prince just there. And there's 1... Death to the False Emperor, which gives me another D3 attacks.
What?
Because that's an extra attack, and for every attack you get D3 more.
Good.
So that's
good.
3 more, which hit on 3s. So his 2 attacks confirm into 9 hits. It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy.
Sure he's not a world eater? Or...
Wait, it gets worse. Strength 6, so I'm wounding on 2s, but it's a plague weapon. So that many wounds, and they're all -2 damage. So that one model did 9.
4-up saves.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
You got 5 wounds to get through.
I think it's like 4.
Is it?
Yeah, he's an old school chaplain.
I did.
I think he's dead. He's definitely dead.
I did 12 wounds.
He's got feel no pain though.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether we can make it. So what? 3 wounds per.
2 wounds each. So that's 12. 6 up. Feel no pains.
Gotta try it.
It can happen. I have faith. He has faith in the Emperor. No, he's dead.
No, he's dead.
And that's 6 points for Slay the Warlord. And then I consolidate 3 inches closer towards your teleport beacon down here, pinging away. And then we're coming across to the repulsor. Would you like to pay to interrupt with your tank?
No.
Right. In this squad, in a normal Plague Marine squad, you can put a flail per 2 flails. So I've got 2 flails.
Yep.
But they only have 1 attack each. But they get an extra attack each because of shock assault.
Yep.
And each of these attacks is D3 attacks.
Yeah. Hateful
So
assault or whatever it is.
Hateful assault, whatever, yeah. So that's that many. Oh, veterans of the long war as well. I'm spending a CP on veterans. So 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. No re-rolling, and what I was really looking for was those 6s, because that would have given me D3 more time. Okay, so only 4 hits. Strength 6 versus toughness 8 would be winning on 5s, but winning on 4s because of veterans. And a reroll 1s, it's a plague weapon. And they're AP -2 damage.
So 5-up saves.
Yes.
Nope.
Take another 6 wounds off. It's down to 4 left. There is a bubotic axe in that squad. And that hits 3 times. Death to the False Emperor. Hits 4 times. And 4s to wound because of veterans. 2 wounds. Bubotic axe is AP -2.
2 5-ups. Nope.
And that's 2 more wounds.
It's dead.
Is it?
Yeah, 4 wounds left.
No, only had, that's 2 wounds. Just 2 wounds in total.
I think you meant each. It's got 2 left.
2 guys with plague knives. So they've got extra. So they've got extra attack each plus thingy bob, and then the normal dude. Yes. And they hit on 3s, and with the plague knives. Oh, there's Death of the False Emperor. Strength 4, so wounding on 5s with veterans.
It's double. Oh, with veterans. Sorry.
With veterans.
Yeah.
3 wounds, normal saves, 2 wounds left to get through.
3 up saves.
Oh, you're still alive.
1 wound.
Yeah, and my champion's got a power fist.
Oh, I forgot about the champion.
And he hits twice, and you don't get 6s don't explode. And strength 8, toughness 8, but veterans I'm wounding on 3s. I wound twice.
Hit -3.
Yes.
2 6s. Nope, it's gone.
And does it go kaboom?
No.
No. How many guys you got to save? 5?
5.
Don't roll any 1s. You don't roll any 1s. And it looks like this, and I'm really pleased that when you were making tea last turn, I remembered Veterans of the Long War because I hadn't used it all game, and in this turn I used it a couple of times. Ooh. Because that really helped out there. Having 2 Flails of Corruption in a squad is just crazy. I like it. So that's the. So there's no morale to take from you, for you to take.
Yeah.
I've killed a lot of stuff. I killed your tank, I killed the biker, I killed your warlord, and everyone in black.
Yeah, 5 units.
5? Have I killed 5 units?
Yeah.
And I'm ahead on the primaries, and I'm ahead on the secondaries. However, in your turn, you'll get 5 points for controlling that one on the primary. And in your command phase, you're going to get another 5 points.
Yeah.
Straight away for the beacon.
4 for line breaker.
And then in your movement phase, another 4 for line breaker. So this is a little point sink down here. However, the Blight Lord Terminators are closing in for the kill. Let's go on to Blood Angels turn 3. Here we are after the Blood Angels movement phase, and interestingly enough, the game is an exact draw. You've got 15 points for the primary now. I've got 15 points for the primary.
Yeah.
You've also got 15 points for the secondary, because you killed a vehicle. You've line breaking twice now, and you've done the Homer once.
Yeah.
And he's moved forward, and at the end of the movement phase, if he doesn't do anything else, you can start doing the thing again.
Planting the Homer.
But none of his aura abilities work.
No.
While you're doing that. So
Which
he's got an aura.
Wounds.
So you don't get that.
No.
But that'll be another 5 points if he's alive at the end of your movement phase.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to move in there, not leave him back in the corner away from my
I'm sure, because if I move over there, you can shoot him. He needs to be within 3 inches
of these
guys.
He does, yeah, because of the new character thing rules.
It's a great new rule because it means I can't just leave him there.
Yeah, so you're on 15 for the secondary. I'm also on 15 for the secondary because I got the 1, then the 2, then the 3, then the 3, plus I killed your warlord.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Yeah, I did, in case you forgot. But I do have, this is the start of your turn 3, I do have 2 turn 3 to play. So they're coming in for vengeance for Baal to take out the Terminators, and to be fair, the Assault Doctrine is now in effect.
Yeah.
So your chainsaws are AP -1, plus you've got an extra attack, plus their Vanguard. So they've got many, many attacks, and the Dreadnought can lend his weight of fire there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over here, you're looking at a Rhino on 1 wound, and a Drone on 3 wounds, because they're worth 2 points to you each for bring it down.
Yeah.
So still, it's an objective-based game. And then the other shots can all go raging into the Plague Marines who are running down towards your lines.
Yeah.
So it's exactly, if you add all the primaries and secondaries together right now, 30 points each as we head on to the Blood Angels shooting phase. Sniper Scouts and missile launchers are targeting this drone here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it will be -1 to hit because of the line through the thing. So 4 sniper weaponry coming in, hitting on 4s. And you're going to be wounding on 5s, but you really want that 6.
Nope.
Negative. And
re-rolling the 1 to wound because there's a lieutenant there.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about him. Doesn't matter.
And then the missile streaks across the desert and slams into the drone, which will wound it on a 3. And it does wound it. I need to make a 5-up demon save. I don't. D6 damage. For 6 damage, it's got 3 wounds left. 6 disgustingly resilient saves. I make 5 of them.
Oh my god.
It's got 2 wounds left. You can overcook the plasma.
I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to have to.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're not.
This one isn't -1 to hit though. From the line you can draw to some of the base.
Yeah.
So 3s.
It's overcharged. I
yes,
just said it.
yes,
Yeah, it has to be.
We took and 3s to wound. 8 wounds. 5 up demon save. Disgustingly resilient. I've made 5 so far. Can I make any more?
Please don't. Yes.
The drone's gone. It blows up on a 4. It doesn't blow up, which is good because it would have hurt units within 7 inches. And that's 2 points for bring it down. Now we're coming to the second unit of scouts. You're going to do all the shots into this thing. -1 hellfire shell into the rhino to try and bring that down as well. You need to hit on a 3. This costs you a CP.
Yeah.
It automatically does D3 mortal wounds. I've got 1 left.
Yeah.
And the rhino doesn't have disgustingly resilient. You bring down 2 targets, which doesn't blow up, thank heavens. Then the bolt gun shots killed 1 in this squad. The shotgun actually went into this squad and killed 1 in that squad. So this squad of scouts spraying all over the place and taking targets down everywhere. Now you're spending your last 2 CP until you gain any back again to put the rapid fire strat on this squad here. So instead of 10 shots, it's got 20 shots and you're trying to clear the ranks.
Yep.
Right in front of you.
So
hitting on 3s. Only 10 hits, wounding on 5s though. 6 wounds come through, 4 up saves, and disgustingly resilient. 2 of them die. From the Blood Angels deployment zone down to the Death Guard deployment zone, these guys are firing pistols and chucking a grenade. Here's the grenade. It hits, it'll wound on a 3 actually, and it does wound, but I do make my save. Now onto the Dreadnought. Now, curious thing about this edition is you can target characters so long as they're not within 3 of a unit, and he's not. So the flame is going to hit my Demon Prince, and then all the other shots are going into the Blight Lord Terminators.
Yeah.
So,
Flamer.
Okay, yeah.
So D6 for 1.
Wounds on a 5.
Nope.
Doesn't wound.
That dropped.
Yeah.
Bad.
And then 12 shots with your thing,
Punisher.
hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. AP -1, so I've got a chunk of 3 up saves to make. 4 3 up saves to make. And disgustingly resilient.
Oh, good.
I'm good. Then the Frankstorm shots, D6 a time. With a blast rule, that's a minimum 3. Because that squad is more than 5 models in. So 8 shots, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s, that's strength 4. 1 wound with a 2 up save. Nada.
They're so tough.
That's it for the shooting phase. The Blood Angels get into the lead by completing some of their secondary objectives, bringing down monsters or vehicles. We've got some charges coming up over here. The Intercessors are going to go charging into that squad. Basically, don't roll a snake eyes and you're in because you're a Blood Angel with your +1 to charge. And that'll do it because you get +1 to charge. Over here, we worked out it was a 7 or 8 for the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Because of his +1 to charge.
He's a 7.
And he's in.
Just about, yeah.
And they're auto in.
Yeah.
Blood Angels get in here. And I'm going to heroically intervene. So it looks like this. Now, before we start down here, we're going back all the way over here. Intercessors have 2 attacks each.
Yeah.
+1 for the charge of Shock Assault.
Yeah.
+1 each because they're Blood Angels.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Red Thirst.
Savage Echoes.
Savage Echoes. So 4 attacks each.
Sergeant's got a chainsword, so he's got 6 attacks.
Right.
So it's all AP -1.
All AP -1, and it's all +1 to wound.
Yeah.
Because you've got Veterans of the long war on you.
Essentially, yeah.
3s to hit. Do you have Death to the False Emperor? Is that what
There's one against Black Legion.
Oh, right, okay.
There's one against Black Legion. So Vengeance for Sanguinius.
Okay.
Alright.
3s. Strength 4 versus Toughness 5, but 4s to wound instead of 5s to wound because of your Vengeance for Cadia?
Blood Angels thing.
The Blood Angels thing. That's exactly what it's called. Yeah. Veterans of the Blood Angel War. And these are all AP -1 because the Soul Doctrine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some.
That could have been better. That was 6 wounds, 4 up saves. I fail 5 saves, however.
Ooh.
Disgustingly resilient. And
dead.
4 are there. Is there 4 left?
Yeah.
They wiped the squad.
Yes.
Then it looks like this, and then you're piling into the closest enemy model. And that is critical there because that stops me shooting you with my nasty spitty thing of doom.
Yep.
I like it. Right, we're coming all the way back here. I've only got 1 command point, so I can't pay to interrupt. I'll have 2 next turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to get 1 back again. What are you doing with your Redemptor? Now I have heroically intervened. I'm baiting you, see, I'm baiting you.
I'm going to go with the Vanguard first because they're only attacking 1 target.
Okay.
Depending on their performance, we'll decide.
All right. So you've got a chunk of guys here with a bunch of chainsaws.
Yeah.
Some with 2 chainsaws. They have 2 attacks each, +1 for shock assault, +1 for every chainsword,
Yeah.
+1 for the Blood Angels thing.
Yeah.
You've got a big handful of dice.
Lots of
Yes.
stuff.
And they're hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Many hits, winning on 4s because of the Blood Angels thing. 14 wounds came through at AP -1. So 14 3-up saves, and that AP -1 because of the assault doctrine. I fail 5. So 5 disgustingly resilience.
Oh.
I make 3 of them. You kill 1 Blight Lord Terminator. Just 1. But there's a guy with a fist. 2 attacks plus shock assault plus Blood Angel. So he's got 4 attacks hitting on
4s.
4s, yeah. He hits twice. He'll
Can't
be
do the
winning on
reroll.
2s because of Blood Angel. He wounds twice. 4 up invulnerable saves. D3 damage for 1 damage. Disgustingly resilient, I fail. So in the end, they only kill 1 and injure 1. They are just disgusting and resilient, so the Dreadnought has to pile in and lend his weight to the blows. He's got 6 attacks now
Yep.
because of Blood Angel. He's hitting on 3s with his huge fist of doom, and he's wounding on 2s. And he only gets 2 wounds through. 2 4-up and vulnerable saves. 4 wounds through. My brain. Okay, 2 get through. D6 and D6. 1 of the 2 on the guy who's injured. Let's say he's dead. And then 6 on the other guy. I'm not even going to roll. He kills 2. And so it looks like this. I've got 3 left. So let's start off with my Warlord attacking your Dreadnought. 8 attacks with Hateful Assault and pair of Malefic Talons. 2s to hit. Re-rolling 1s. And a Death to the False Emperor. 9 hits in total. Strength 7 versus Toughness 7. Wounding on 3s. Wounding on 4s, sorry. 5 wounds. AP -2. 2 damage on your Dread.
Oopsie. 5 up saves.
Yes.
Save 1, takes 8 damage.
The Dreadnought has 5 wounds left. So now what's going to happen is...
These guys have 3 up in Vuns on 2 of them.
Do they?
Got Storm Shields, yeah.
Okay.
2 Storm Shields.
So I'm going to hit the flail against him. I'm going to hit everything against the Dread. The Dread is the biggest threat. All the Terminators are going to hit the Dread. This is 3d3 attacks with the Mace of Absolution against the Dread. 8 attacks hitting on 3s. And Death to the False Emperor is another attack, which is d3 attacks for 2 more, which hit on 3s. So that number of attacks with the Mace of Absolution. It's strength 6, so I'm wounding on 5s, but I'm re-rolling fair wounds because that unit is in Arch Contaminator 7-inch range and it's a plague weapon.
Damn.
So that is 6 -2, 2 damage
6 5 up
with
saves.
the flail.
He's probably gone.
It's 2 damage a time. That's a
2,
dead
4,
Dreadnought,
yeah.
which blows up on a 6.
Nope.
We haven't had any exploding vehicles yet. That could have been painful. Okay, so the extra shots, attacks from the Blight Lord Terminators just thunk into the thing, and then at the end of that fight phase, they will pile in. I'm not going to pile him in because now he could jump up and over and stop you repairing the teleport homer back there. Then we have a Flyer Blight spawn, which will hit you back over there. And he doesn't come with a close combat weapon, so he doesn't do anything at all. And that is the end of Blood Angels. Turn 3. They have got Line Breaker 1 more time and have started to repair a Teleport Homer 1 more time. And have raced into the lead by wiping out a number of the bring it down targets, vehicles and monsters, and they just cream through that squad of assault plague marines. They are pushing back against this forward thrust of the Death Guard. It's just the rear lines that are looking like they're in a bit of trouble. At the start of my turn 3, I get 5 points for being on one objective, and 5 points for being on 2 objectives, and another 5 points for being on more objectives than you. So it was 15 points to 15 on the primary, but at the start of turn 3 for the Death Guard, it'll be 15 points to 30. They'll be double the points in the lead on the primary. 30-15, 15-30, double the points. Yeah, that's definitely right, right? Are we right?
Yep.
Let's go on to Death Guard turn 3. Here we are after the Death Guard's movement phase. I'm still securing the central objective in No Man's Land, which will be worth 3 points at the end of the turn. And I'm still outscoring the Blood Angels on the primary objectives, so that'll be another 3 points for those 3 there. We mean to take this ground, and take it we shall. So I've fallen back from combat. I've moved units around so I can fire at the threats in front of me and charge the threats behind me, and punish these Blood Angels for defying the end of all things. Didn't pull out of combat here because you lose 2 attacks, one for Shock Assault and one for Savage Echoes, if you're still in combat. So I'm just going to send my Warlord in. I'm not going to bother with it. You can have your 5 points. Clear them away first, kill him second. Too many targets, one at a time. I think one of the mistakes you may have made up here is by splitting the Death Company and the Sanguinaria up Sanguinaria.
Yeah, we discussed that afterwards.
Focus on just one thing at a time, I think.
Yeah.
So talking about focusing on one thing at a time, let's smite. That passes, and it will do D3 mortal wounds to this unit for 3, killing 3 of them. Then the Malignant Playcaster will smite this dude, and I need a 6 this time, and that works, and that kills the last Hellblaster. And he'll put Miasma of Pestilence on the guys holding the central objective. And that works as well. Next up, we're going to fire the drone. This squad with all the plasma. This squad with the blight launchers. All of them, all of these 3 squads into the intercessors here. And at the end of the shooting phase, the intercessors have been wiped out. Plus I had some spare shots to fire up here and clear away one of these scouts as well. So we have 9 scouts left. And the heroic lieutenant holding the ruins, the starting position of the Blood Angels. Meanwhile, down here, my Demon Prince will charge. And finishes his move there, and he hits on 2s. He rerolls 1s with a death to the False Emperor, which was 9 hits in total. He wounds on 3s. 4 got through. There is a Storm Shield in there, though, so 3 of them vulnerable. And then the other... Oh, okay. The Vanguard have been cut down. And my Warlord closes in on this blinking repair beacon down here, and that is the end of all things turn 3. And so at the end of turn 3, it's 51 points to 34 in favour of the Death Guard, scoring a few more of my secondaries down there. The Death Guard are roaring into the lead. And in the Blood Angels turn 4, they'll get 5 points for scoring this objective down here, plus 5 points for repairing the teleport beacon down there one more time. That will make it 51 points to the Death Guard and 44 points to the Blood Angels, still behind, and they're running out of scoring options. They have some scouts, they have their lieutenant, they have an ancient down there with a banner about to get charged by a Demon Prince. It looks like the Blood Angels are running out of time. Let's find out what they do in turn 4. And so at the start of turn 4, you're deciding to spend your new CP that you got back on upon Wings of Fire?
Yep.
And you're picking your ancient up?
Yep.
Where are you putting him?
I'm going to put him
Yes.
back over here with all the troops.
Okay.
Because the first company are inbound.
So at this point, are we conceding?
We are conceding.
At this point, we are conceding and saying this is the way the world ends, a victory for the Death Guard. You can still get a few more points here or there, but I'm going to continue to outscore you on the primary and the secondary because you're not going to be able to light any more teleport beacons. You're not going to be able to get line breaker. Basically, there is no way back at this point for the Blood Angels. But narratively speaking, There's some blinky lights down here, or maybe coordinates. Blinky lights, I don't like the idea of that sort of thing, because then we could just come along and smash them. It's like they've scouted ahead, and ahead down there there's some rocks and things, and
we found terrain suitable for teleportation.
Yeah. And linked up with, so in the next battle, we're going to have Terminators appearing amongst the Death Guard lines down here, and maybe the second battle will be a victory. That's what you came here for.
Yeah.
You came to scout ahead. So, your first game of 9th edition.
Yeah.
How did it go?
I've really enjoyed that. It's one of the most fun games I've played. And
Cool.
it's partly to do with the new army and also partly to do with the rules. I felt with all the command points I had, with the rules, with the heavy weapons being able to move and fire them unless you're infantry, it felt like a game and less like a test.
Okay.
So in 8th edition, it was very much like, oh, but if I move this, I can't shoot properly and so on. This just felt like you could do it. If you want to do it, you can. And I really like that, but it's still super tactical. I found 9th edition to be very tactical, more realistic, you're right. The terrain adds as well, firing through. I like what you said at the start about it being concealing but not cover. Yeah, that's a real term. It's concealment, and cover and concealment are different things, but you use both to, when you're in the military or whatever, you use both.
Yeah, okay. So this is concealment but not cover.
Yes.
So that the terrain feels more realistic. The fact that you can spend CP on units moving them around so they can do what they do in the narrative feels more. Your armies and the terrain and the battle grids feel more like an army and terrain and battle grid.
Yeah. The terrain feels like a character of its own.
Yeah.
I am here, you cannot go past me, kind of thing.
I think I don't know what happened there. I think I've played, obviously, it's your first 9th game.
Yes.
And I've played a few now, and I think I picked the right secondaries for my army.
Yeah.
I know I had resilient troops. I know I didn't bring the best Death Guard list either. It's just loads and loads of power armor. But I knew I had resilient troops, and all I had to do was shove onto some objectives and bunker down.
Yeah.
And I even said at the start, I'd not really care if... I wasn't too fussed about being trapped in a sandwich between you behind or you... Because... if you push too much behind, I could push back one way. If you push back too much in front, I could push back the other way.
Yeah.
I was fighting on one area. You were fighting on 2 flanks, my friend.
Yeah.
You were fighting on 2 flanks.
And whilst a big strength for Blood Angels, fighting and being able to pull people away from places because of all the deep strike options and all the assault options, things went slightly wrong in the centre here. With the Impulsor going and killing 2 of my Death Company. If they survived, I think a squad that was here might have been more injured or gone.
Yeah.
And the Dreadnought whiffing against some troops there. If those had gone, and I also hadn't charged the Sangreeni Guard into your Warlord instead of the other squad, if I'd consolidated and maybe not bitten off more than I could chew, I think it might have been slightly different on this flank.
It's disgustingly resilient. It's that you can roll it on mortal wounds. You save the so. You hit a unit here. The Dreadnought hit and failed to kill here. You hit and failed to kill there.
Yeah.
It's if you treat Death Guard like any other army, it's your peril. You shouldn't, because other forces would have died there and died there and died there and died there. But Death Guard hang in there by a few. So if you're gonna hit a unit of Death Guard with shots or in close combat, always do more than you think that you should do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll just stay there.
Yeah.
And they'll be annoying.
Guys, they survived. I don't know how many attacks from the
Bajillion
Vanguard vets,
chainsaw
and then
attacks.
a Dreadnought, and they're still there. There's only half the squad's gone.
A normal squad of Terminators with +1 to wound and with all those attacks and without disgustingly resilient would have smashed. What about when you got the 6 wounds with the rocket launcher on the drone and I made 5 disgustingly resilient rolls or something?
That was nuts.
Yeah.
That was crazy, because that meant I had to fire something else into it.
Yeah.
So,
when you go up against Death Guard, you really, really need to overkill them. So I think perhaps what happened there, and again, it's the first time you played with your full Blood Angels army.
Yeah.
It's the first time you played in 9th edition, so it's been a little unfair on you. And what you should do when you play with new armies is learn from them. And what we've learned is that when you hit your Blood Angels, if you're spreading out all over the place, make sure you overdo it in one area. Try not to spread out too much and try to hit harder in one particular area. That's what I take away from that. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. So I
think these guys back here did well, by the way. They stuck in there and stuck in there. They did okay.
They did what I wanted them to do. As well, they're cheap troops.
Yeah.
As well as being narrative, because Blood Angels have more scouts.
Yeah.
They're cheap troops. And I love that the intercessors got out the tank and then annihilated everything until they were shot to death.
Yeah, they got out, they shot that unit, they charged that unit, they cleared the lines. They did. That was okay.
So this backfield, as far as a Space Marine castle goes, they were good.
Yeah.
The Blood Angels don't castle that. That's the thing. I think they did a heroic effort over here.
Yeah.
Trying to take it, and they got me loads of points. So it wasn't like a disgusting defeat.
No.
But what I've learned is I've got the Indomitors box coming.
Yeah.
I want another chaplain from that box.
Right.
To go with my Death Company out of the Impulsor.
Okay.
Because they could have litanied up. And that would have helped them.
Okay.
Because the way I was moving my jump chaplain was a pain with the way the command phase is before the movement phase.
Yeah.
So you can't do the litanies after you've moved, which meant on the Wings of Fire I couldn't give any litanies over here.
Yeah.
So I want to get that chaplain from the Indomitors box. Maybe for the next game we play, when I bring those Terminators and so on, some Primaris Outriders could have been out here. I'm excited to see them. Blade Guard, I want to see what they do with Blood Angels, so all that new stuff I think would be very good for this kind of army, especially assault intercessors.
Yeah.
So I think what I've learned here is get some stuff that's maybe a little bit stronger, because Vanguard vets are great, but they're a glass cannon.
Yeah.
Send them in, they got killed by Smite. And librarians. More librarians, especially against a Death Guard list.
Particularly against the Death Guard list. I think, you need... I see a lot of Blood Angels players bring a really tough centre.
Yeah.
A lot of them will bring 10 Death Company with jump packs or 10 assault Terminators with Thunderhammer Storm Shields.
Yeah.
Because you've got that strat which allows them +1 to hit, Fury the First or whatever the Blood Angel equivalent of it.
Thing, yeah.
And then you've got the +1 to wound. So they bring a strong nugget at which to base the assault elements around.
Yeah.
Then you can tag on 4 Sanguinary Guard or 5 things over here.
Yeah.
But you need a stronger punch potentially. I'll tell you what would be interesting would be YouTube to help out. You're new to Blood Angels.
Yeah.
So how to make a good, strong assault punch with a blood. And when you're new, playing with all the different stuff and trying out all the different stuff is exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah.
You should be trying with, you're doing it the right way as far as I'm concerned. When you want Winter's top tips would be when selecting a new army, try different things out and find out what works for you, for your play style, and in your meta, in the group of friends that you play with. The internet might say these things are the best, but the armies that you go up against in your meta might not be the best for you.
Yeah.
So internet, help out the Sultan here. Let him know what strong nuggets assault elements are in a Blood Angels list. Something you can hang the rest of the assaulting elements off of. Librarian Dreadnoughts with Wings of Sanguinius spring to mind.
Yeah, I've got a conversion in mind for that. So
yeah,
hopefully
nice.
in future.
Anyway, in the meantime, thank you for coming down one more time, Sultan. The battle mat and all the terrain is from gamemat.eu. If you want any more battle reports and stuff from me, please check out deploymentzone.tv. I got a bit snarky in that one. I got a bit cheeky in places. I'm aware I got a bit cheeky in places. I had too many coffees this morning.
Bouncing off the walls.
Bouncing off the walls. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Happy wargaming.
Bye.